Hello and welcome to Unacademy IAS. Yesterday, in a speech, Prime Minister Mr. Modi has put forward 7 appeals to all the Indians. If we implement these particular 7 measures, the impact on Indian economy because of what is happening in West Asia will be minimized. Let's decode all the 7 appeals. Now, before I start, here is a very important announcement. Starting today, we are launching a new platinum batch. And today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, we will be covering certain very important concepts from the area of Indian economy. All these 3 sessions will be made available to you free of cost, especially those who are writing the UPSC Prelims 2027. These classes are a must attend for all of you. All you need to do is scan this QR code and enroll for these 3 free sessions. Let me begin the discussion now. What are the 7 important appeals? First one, prioritize work from home. This is an appeal looking at what is happening regarding the imports into India. First and foremost, it's a fact that historically India has been import dependent on crude oil. And because of what is happening in West Asia, the crude oil prices have increased. And in addition to this, Indian rupee has depreciated. Put together both of these factors, you will realize that the crude oil imports have ballooned. And in the context of India, more than 85%, I repeat, more than 85% of the total demand in India regarding the crude oil is satisfied by importing. Now, rather than going to offices every time there is a meeting, etc., and even if there is a need to go to office, let's say you basically shift to the other modes of transportation, that is a public transportation such as metro or other modes of public transportation, the consumption demand for fuels such as petrol and diesel will go down, and this will reduce the import dependence and also ensure that lot of dollars which are flowing out of India because of the higher cost of the crude, that will also be addressed. So these are the 2 very important appeals. Next one, avoid buying gold for the next 1 year. India consumes around 700 to 800 tons of gold every year. It is one of the largest consumers in the international market. We import gold for investment purposes. We import gold for purely domestic consumption purposes, etc. But very interesting fact to note here is, although we are the one of the largest consumers of the gold in the international market, we are not a large producer. Hardly around 1 to 2% of this particular gold is produced in the domestic market, and rest of it is imported. And when you keep on importing gold which doesn't contribute directly to the growth or investment or capital formation in the economy, there will be continuous outflow of dollars from the domestic market. All of these will also contribute to increasing current account deficit. So the Prime Minister has appealed for next 1 year that we should not purchase any kind of a gold. How many of you will follow this? Do let me know in the comment section. Next very important appeal. Cut down on the usage of cooking oil. Cut down on the usage of cooking oil. There are multiple reasons to look at this particular appeal. First and foremost, India houses one of the largest numbers of obese people. In addition to this, India also houses one of the largest population which suffers from diabetes as well. And this is not the first time that the Prime Minister has put forward an appeal for all of us to reduce the consumption of edible oil or cooking oil. Earlier, in the 15th August speech as well, the same appeal was put forward by the Prime Minister. But what is the context of this? Listen to me very carefully. First and foremost, India imports huge quantity of edible oil. How much? Generally in the range of 55 to 60% of the edible oil consumption that is done in India is imported. And when we import, automatically there will be huge outflow of Forex reserves as well. Now, in addition to this, let me put forward one more reason, one more angle associated with the discussion here. We import lot of the edible oils, especially the palm oil. And one country from where we import lot of this palm oil is from Indonesia. Very recently, Indonesia has proposed to shift to higher bioethanol blending, that is B50. And one of the very important exports that they do is palm oil. India imports 50% of the palm oil from Indonesia. The moment they want to shift to the other modes of, let's say, or higher blending, the demand for this will increase there. Right? So exports of this palm oil from the country Indonesia will be restricted going forward. So, one, health issue, second, forex reserves, and the third one, essentially, we need to be aware of the international supply factors as well. So, these are certain very important points. Next one, reduce the dependence on chemical fertilizers and move to natural farming. Historically, when you look at agriculture sector in India, out of all the problems or all the issues that are associated with agriculture, one issue will be excessive consumption of chemical fertilizers. And we import a lot of these chemical fertilizers or the inputs to produce chemical fertilizers from rest of the world. So whenever there is a disruption in the supply, or for that matter, right, let's say certain special fertilizers, specialty fertilizers that we want to import from China, China will try to leverage it. Other countries, if there is a disruption, automatically the cost of inputs will start to increase. There will be concerns associated with the black marketing of chemical fertilizers in India. Lot of small and marginal farmers will have to end up paying a huge amount of money to purchase this from the black market. And not to forget the most important factor here. There is an excessive usage of chemical fertilizers, as a result of which there is impact on the productivity of the soil, the health profile of the soil will be affected, etc. In addition to all of this, there is one more problem. The government of India subsidizes these fertilizers. And in recent times, after the impact of Ukraine and Russia war, the imports cost started to increase. The government of India increased the subsidy. The government's fiscal burden increased. Now the Prime Minister is appealing that at least 50% of the fertilizers the farmers use should be moved away from chemical to non-chemical fertilizer. For example, biofertilizer, or go for purely natural farming, etc. Next, use fewer foreign branded products and adopt Swadeshi. And this is not the first time that the Prime Minister has appealed the Indians must use the Swadeshi products. It has been done multiple times now. What is the logic behind it? One, if we replace or substitute imported products with the Swadeshi products, that is, those which are manufactured in India, the import dependence will go down. Outflow of the forex will reduce. In addition to this, the production in the domestic market will be promoted, etc. In fact, one more time when this particular appeal was made was specifically when there was a discussion associated with the tariffs announced by the USA on India's exports. So rather than being dependent only on the external market to produce and export, why not promote consumption, production as well as consumption in the domestic market? That is, adopt Swadeshi. And finally, avoid foreign travel for the next 1 year. In fact, this particular appeal has been made earlier as well. That is, before the Prime Minister earlier has stated that before you are interested in going abroad, right, for tourism, for vacation, etc., there are so many places in India that will offer you the same or superior services. Why not go, right, have Swadeshi Darshan first and then go for Videshi Darshan? Right, so objective is very simple here. If basically we will start substituting foreign trips with the domestic trips, the outflow of the currencies will be lesser. And if you want to understand all these 7 appeals in one way, the objective is very simple here. One, reduce import dependence. Second, there is a lot of outflow of foreign currencies that is having multiple impacts in India. It is adding to current account deficit. It is adding to rupee depreciation, etc. And we need to understand these particular appeals in the context or in a larger picture. Very recently, there has been a news stating that for the first time in a long time period, there is a huge outflow of foreign investors from the domestic market. And that will put a lot of pressure on rupee value in the domestic market or in the forex market. So reduce import dependence. Try to reduce, right, basically the outflow of the foreign currencies, which will help us in preserving the value of the currency, protect and promote domestic production, etc. So these are some of the objectives that the Prime Minister through the speech is trying to achieve. What are your thoughts regarding these particular 7 appeals? Do let me know in the comment section of the video. If you're yet to join the Unacademy IAS YouTube channel, kindly do it right now. Thank you. Have a great day.